so that their AI that is running on the new 5G systems that have been going up while you have been inside of your household can learn for a time when things get really hostile. Empires tend not to last that long. The Egyptian dynasty lasted about 3,000 years. Rome wasn't built in a day. We're always told about Rome, lasted about 300 years. And at the height of Rome, a quarter of the population was enslaved. And they had to build the biggest entertainment system. It was called the Colosseum. Entertainment being entertainment, entering you into a containment field so that they could distract people from the fact that they were enslaved. They called it bread and circuses. The bread and circuses is what we now have in the West with welfare and the McGregor and the Mayweather fight. You look at the other empires, the Greek Empire, the Ottoman Empire, the British Empire. These empires, the Persian Empire, these empires all rose and then fell in a fairly quick amount of time because empires end up destroying themselves from the inside. Why do they destroy themselves from the inside? Because the majority of the people inside of the empire now are working to make some people rich, concentrating the power among the few. If you've noticed, over the last few months, the super wealthy billionaires have made an extra 400 billion over the last few months. And now Amazon, who have bought out Whole Foods, are now making more dark stores, which are stores that don't open, for e-commerce to send people stuff to their houses. Than actual physical stores that people are allowed in. They're changing the world. They're creating a surveillance capitalism, new world order system of rule and control. And people have recently just acquiesced their power by staying inside, by wearing masks, by doing all of the things that they've been told to do based on something that has a 1 to 3% fatality rate. There's many things that have a greater fatality rate than, I'm not going to say its name, but there's many things that have a greater fatality rate than that. But you've been focusing on that and you've been very obedient, but they need civil disobedience so that they can teach this AI to be able to learn how to deal with you when you are hostile. That's why you just had a new update on your phone so that the facial recognition technology will work with you having a mask on, so that if you decide to turn hostile and cover your face and go out and do something, then the 5G technology outside will be able to find out who you are, not just based on the device that you have on you, but based on your physical being. When we had 4G, then your phone was the network. Now 5G, you become the network. That's why, even though it is a non-essential business, the telecommunications company have been putting up all of these towers everywhere, because they need this system to be able to run fast enough so that it can be able to find out who you are and where you are and predict your behavior and find a way to neutralize you if you do become hostile. And it's not for now, it's for in later years to come, when the water starts running out, when they decide to switch off the power, when we have acidified the oceans, and when the food runs out. And I don't know if you noticed, but there's a man called T. Boone Pickens. He's a billionaire Texas oil tycoon who bought the land above the Great Lakes, the land which the source of the Great Lakes comes from, and he's been putting the water into baffles and floating it over to China and selling it to China. That's why the height of the Great Lakes has dropped about 10 meters over the last 15 years. So he's draining out the Great Lakes. That's why Flint doesn't have any water. It's not just a lead problem. It's actually that they're stealing and selling off the water supply. Just Google blue gold. So they need a authoritarian system for them to be able to rule and control people as and when you start to see a breakdown of civilization, because that's what happens during empires. Empires can't sustain themselves indefinitely. If you look at the life cycle of an empire, you have the pioneers, the people who go out, the people who get together and decide to create an empire. You have the conquest, the people who go out and acquire land, acquire people and resources. And then you have the age of industry, factories and industrial revolution is created. And then you have the age of sciences. After the age of sciences, very quickly it goes into what is called the age of decadence, where people start being so happy and conceited with themselves that they live these lavish lifestyles and start to take away from what it was that they originally set out to do. And at the end of the life cycle of an empire, you have the age of decline. Right now, you are in the age of decline. That's why society is starting to break down. Guess what happened at the height of the Roman Empire? At the peak of the Roman Empire, people started celebrating chefs and singers because they had nothing else to talk about, right? What do we celebrate now? We are celebrating chefs because we have so much food that we waste food, and we are celebrating singers. And not that we haven't always celebrated storytellers, but the storytellers don't become more important than the scientists and the political leaders and the people who are the engineers and the creators of new buildings, the architects. And now, during the decline of empire, we are so focused on what celebrities have to say. Let me tell you something about black celebrities. Black celebrities are and have historically been the brown and black faces of white capitalism. That is all they are. They reinforce the status quo. They are the house Negroes. They are the gatekeepers from you, the field Negroes, getting to achieve your success. You will achieve your success through practicing group economics. You will achieve your success through black nationalism. You will not achieve your success through voting for left wing or right wing. Just as the indigenous people say, it is still two wings of the same bird. Every single political official and leader that has been elected has not made a progressive difference to your reality. Let me just say this to you again. You are not going to pray and Jesus or Muhammad or anybody is going to come and save you from what is coming, because what is coming has been created by the empire that is eviscerating the worth and the purpose of humanity. It is eating away at the soul of what is supposed to be. What is supposed to be is a complete symbiosis and harmony with Mother Nature that has been destroyed by this same capitalism that we all want to jump up and down and celebrate. We didn't come from capitalism, actually. We came from socialism. We came from communalism. And then we entered into feudalism, which means that the king owns all the land, or the chief owns all the land. And now we've turned into colonialism and now capitalism. So when you look at these black and brown celebrities who spend most of their time telling you to buy shit that you don't need to buy, just look at them as the gatekeepers, the people who are holding you back from your true freedom and your true liberation. Most of them don't know what the fuck is going on. They've never read a book written by an African author. They do not know what is going on politically. They don't understand economics. They don't understand anything that builds the foundation of a good civilization. They don't even understand or know their own history. They'll just regurgitate the same shit that the politicians have told you and that you were taught in school. So how are these people supposed to be wise? These people are not black leaders. They are just leading blacks, and they don't know where the fuck they are supposed to be leading them. And that's why they keep telling you to do the same shit again and again and again. Guaranteed the same people will be coming out no matter what happens saying, we just need peace. What they're saying to you is, protect my peace because I have property and I have a piece of this earth that I want to maintain. That is what they're saying to you. And these policy officers are there not to protect black people's lives. They are to protect property, and they are to protect the lives of the rich. And that's the only reason that they are there. So don't listen to these same people when they're telling you what to do, because they don't know what the fuck they're supposed to do, and they are not going to lead you to anywhere good, anywhere fast.